Welcome back, everybody. Welcome if you are new. Today we're in the dirt street stocks here at Lincoln. Two of us had the Sean and I had the same exact practice time, which is funny. Lee is very tight to us, pretty close times, but there's only 7 of us here. Not a lot of registrations for this track, which I kind of figured. So whatever I get into, I was just gonna run it and just get it done with, because I know this place doesn't get too many participations throughout the week, really. So I know we could run faster than we did in practice. I got down to like a 3 in the practice before this, but it was a little bit fresher of a track, so we'll see what we can do here. Kind of running middle to bottom-ish, trying not to slide up too much, but trying to get a good launch low on off of each corner, basically. Try not to get too sideways and everything. I have the steering ratio at 4-to-1 because it helps me get the car turned quicker, and it catches it faster when you're turning back the other way. 568, pretty much about the same exact time we ran in practice, which I'm happy with. Hopefully we can try to hold on to the pole. That 3 and 4 is way too sideways there. But so far, Lee or Sean hasn't ran their laps. Second lap was not very fast for us there, but a 568, pretty much what we ran in practice, which I'm completely fine with. Keep it pretty even for the most part. Hopefully we can hold on to the pole. We're gonna have one heat race and then how many laps in the feature? Is it gonna be 25 still? Yeah, it's still only 25, so it seems like every track's gonna have 25 here for the street stocks now. All right, getting ready to roll here in the heat race. It looked like Lee and Sean and the 6 car, they all just readied up. They didn't do any laps. So maybe just because it's a small field, I don't know. But maybe they wanted to try to pass some people, but hopefully they'll battle each other more than trying to get back up to us. Hopefully we can get a good jump here and just win our heat race pretty quick, and then try to pull away in the feature before they start to catch us too bad. Because they're definitely pretty quick as well. So it should be a good race nonetheless. I imagine they'll get 2nd, 3rd in the heat here. I would imagine. We'll see. But I do 4th gear for the restarts in the street stocks, just because when it goes to shift on the straightaway, you lose a ton of time. So not trying to do all that. So 4th gear works out just fine for us. And then we'll hold the inside here. Just need to get, I don't know.
Devin, figure it out. You're on the outside.
Everybody's not lined up behind us. I don't know what's going on back there. There's a whole mess, but we're going to start going.
You're on the outside. Go.
Oh, people are angry.
What the fuck are you guys doing?
I don't know what's going on for the heat race here. That was completely... Oh, he dropped to download packet. Usually I see upload packet. That's weird. I think usually it's connection drop to upload packet loss, but download packet loss, that's different. Maybe that's why he was pulling off this side there, but those two are really far back now, the 2 and the 3, but lucky for them, it's only the heat race, not the actual feature. That would have really sucked for them if that was the feature. Actually, we probably would have had a caution immediately, I would think. But let's just get through this heat race nice and clean. Start on pole and see what we can do here in the feature race, because we'll be out front for that. But Lee will probably be 3rd, and it looks like Sean will be 4th in the start of the feature. We just have to try to stay consistent and hopefully not get dumped in this thing, because I know they're fast, but you can beat and bang in these things a little bit. He's running 6s back there, so we're definitely a little slower. We were like 3/10 slower on that lap, but I'm not really like pressed for going fast or anything right now. Looks like the 7 car spun out. Yeah, that yellow car up there, he was struggling a little bit in the practice beforehand, so hopefully we can get a whole 25 laps green. That would be nice. But I'm not sure what was going on there at the start of the heat. It seems like the 7 wasn't lining up in the 4th position or something like that. I don't know. He wasn't sitting in the right spot. And then the 4 car lost connection, which really sucked, and it just pulled his car off to the left oddly, and don't know what happened there. But we're catching up to this 7 car very quick. I've had problems with lap cars in this series so far this season, so hopefully we don't have many problems this race with them. Because last week at Fairbury, we should have won it. And going into the final lap, literally 2 laps to go, the guy gets really sideways in front of us and we just run straight into him because we have nowhere to go. And it caused a caution. We finished 5th instead of 1st. It is what it is. But we get the win there. That's nice. The 5 car of Kane is going to get 2nd. I think the 7 was losing it right there. But Lee is going to be 3rd and Sean is going to be 4th as we get ready to grid up for the feature race. And then we're rolling away here in the feature now. Got 25 laps. Hopefully we can go caution free. There's only like 6 of us now since the 4 car lost connection. But 2 of them in the back seem off pace, so that will be interesting to see what happens there. But every restart will be single file after this initial start if there are any cautions. But hopefully we can get a good jump and have a pretty decent race, because I know Sean and Lee are really fast from what they've showed in practice. I'm confused why they didn't qualify, but because if they would have qualified, they wouldn't have had those problems in the heat race, honestly. But we'll see what happens here. Kane's not too much slower than us. He's a little slower than us, but he's not like a ton slower. So I'm hoping he can try to hold up Lee or Sean at the beginning here. We'll see. We'll see how much this track changes throughout the race anyways.
Green flag.
They were pretty slow off the start there, so we got a pretty good jump, which is nice. Not sure if it's going to get like really much more high-sided or not throughout the race, because it seems like a lot of the tracks lately that we've gone to, which is like Kokomo, Fairbury, started out very bottom dominant and then moved up, but this one already is starting out kind of like middle-ish. So I'm not sure if like lower is actually going to work better later, or is it going to be higher? I'm not sure yet. Like we ran the UMPs here last week. We were really fast, but I think I just ran bottom pretty much the entire race, and it was really fast for us. So I'm just going to probably stick to that here in the street stocks. Unless like the top starts to really work and keeping up momentum in this car, because you bog down really bad. But we're holding the lead so far over Lee. 858. That was our fastest so far. We ran lower in 1 and 2. He ran a 7 though, so he ran like a 10th faster than us. Seems like a little lower 1 and 2 could work, but don't want to slide up like that on the exit. He ran another 7. Like I said, they're fast, so it's going to be an interesting race probably. We just had a good start. Trying to see what works. Trying to keep the car's momentum up in this thing. Very easy to get 2 sideways though, like that. Dang it, that was a bad corner. You don't want to get in and get that sideways. Really, it wasn't that much slower than our lap before, but it wasn't a great lap. I think it could have been better for sure. Definitely slowed us down some. 3 is starting to get really slick on entry there, or like center corner, which is weird. So either I need to take it a little higher and then try to dip down, or I need to just keep it straighter to start it. Try to run high and then keep the momentum up maybe. That didn't seem to be super fast. And we got a lap car up here who's going very, very slow. He's like not getting sideways at all. Looks like he's gonna stay low. Hopefully that's actually the case. Might have messed them up slightly behind us on the exit there. I'm starting to see some slick lines though a little bit. I just need to be off throttle for longer going into 3, I guess, or I just need to run lower. It seems like Lee behind us might be just running lower into 3. I'm trying to keep our momentum up in this car. Started turning a little early there, but I think it'll be okay for the exit. That was a decent corner, it seemed. I am coming off very high there, which I kind of don't like. Sean is catching Lee, though. He might be faster than both of us right now, honestly. We'll see, because hopefully they'll start battling and maybe fall back some. Go in high here, see if we could keep up the speed a little bit better. Because these cars aren't super fast, so you gotta keep the momentum up when you can in these things. But Lincoln's such a weird track. The corners are pretty tight, especially the entry to 1 is really tight. So it's very, very tough to keep your momentum up at this track. You gotta definitely let off and get it rotated. That was really good. A little bit of a brake tap there. Through the center of the corner, it was good. Lee caught a lot up on the exit, though, it seemed. Catching up to that 7 car again already. Oh no. Hopefully it's for the last time. Oh, 2 sideways there. That's gonna lose us time in 3 and 4. Not what we need there.
18.36.
Definitely was 2 sideways in that 3 and 4. That was a decent 1 and 2 though. Gonna have to run a little bit higher, probably to get around this lap car. Hopefully he just goes low, like he did earlier.
18.2.
But he is very unsure. It looks like he's just running like middle, but he's staying low on the straightaway. Thank you very much.
Inside. Clear low.
So it didn't affect us at all, at least, because we got by him on the straightaway. They look to be catching us a little bit. But we don't got too many laps left.
30.
Hopefully we can hold them off. I don't know why they didn't qualify though, because it really did mess them up in the heat race and the beginning of the feature. It looks like, even though it was a small field, they definitely messed them up a little bit. We're keeping up our momentum now on this higher side. It is working for us, it seems, because we're up to a 0.9, almost a second on both of them now. Hopefully they start battling a little bit though. Coming up to 5, 6 to go right here, but getting close to 5 to go. But hopefully we don't catch the lap car again. Tap the wall there on the straight. That wasn't the best. I had to get a different little bit of a line. I had to tap the brake a little. But it seems like the outside lane is working really well for us, so I'm just going to stay out here the rest of the race. Yeah, they're trying different things now. Hopefully Sean doesn't dump Lee to get a caution and catch up to us, because he seems to be very fast right now. So I need Lee to try to hold him up, because we got a good second lead over both of them, and they're battling side by side now, so that's perfect for us.
18.42.
We're just running consistent 18.4s, 18.3s. That was too high in turn 1. Slid up way too much there. No, slow car bottom. Get going, 7 car. Please get going. That's going to cause a caution. Of course it is. Of course it is. And those 2 guys spun out behind me. What is the 7 car doing? Like, he just sat there. He could have gone straight and kept it moving, but we get a caution. We're going to have like a 3-lap shootout here. Of course, it happens every single week to us in this series.
We're on 1 to go.
All right, 1 to go here. We're going to have a 3-lap shootout. Sean lost his spot there to the 5 for the caution. I think from him like spinning out or something in that 3 and 4. I don't know what happened, but we need to get a good jump here. Hopefully Lee gets caught sleeping a little bit here, because we need to get a good start. Try to get away from him. Okay, we got a good distance. We got good distance there. Perfect. That is awesome. Slid up a little too high there, but he went for like a slider-ish line. We just need to hold this outside lane to keep up our momentum, and we should be fine. So it seems like this track, even this track, moves up later in the run from starting on the bottom. And I don't want to go try the bottom now, because we don't have much of a gap. And only a couple laps left. 1 lap left. All right, come on, let's get to the white flag at least. So race is official now at least.
18.595.
And I'm just gonna run like a slider line here so we don't get slid up into or anything. So I'll take that win. Very happy. Oh, Lee got sideways off of turn 4. He really screwed it up, but it looks like he's gonna still hold on to second, and Sean's gonna get third there. right at the end.
Check a flag in the hand
And
out
it
here.
looks like Kane might have gotten wrecked by the 3 car. I'm not 100% sure, but we definitely were fast. Very happy about that. We qualified first, held it in the heats because whatever happened in the heat race, not really sure. But I'll take the win. A win's a win nonetheless. You can't control who's all in your race, even though it seemed like Lee and Sean were pretty fast there. So we were able to hold them off on that long run, luckily, and we were able to find that outside. If it would have stayed green, we would have won by like over a second, and we won by almost 2 seconds because Lee really screwed up there at the end. But happy about that win nonetheless. I want to go back and see what happened there to that 7 car, like why the caution came out. Because I think it was, where was it? Yeah, he was just sat right there. Like, he just spun out going into this corner, which I don't know how when you're going that slow. He just didn't correct it at all. And then you could have just drove. Just turn your wheel right and drive. Instead, he decides to start reversing. And then these guys started wrecking behind me. I think they saw the guy backing up. Oh, big netcode between them, actually. The 3 slid up and big netcode to Lee. Luckily, they stayed out of the 7 there. And then we'll watch what happens here towards the end of this race, how Sean got by Kane. And Kane fell back to 5th, which sucks for him because he was having a good race. And this is lap 24. Sean's still side by side with him. Kane's holding that outside. He just right rears him up into the wall, so he wanted to get by him that bad. He just right reared him up. He wasn't going to be clear at all, and so he cleared himself. And then Kane trying to get him back and spun himself out, unfortunately. And then Lee about wrecked it. So unfortunate back there. But hey, we get the win. I'll take it. Very small field, but got a win at Lincoln. I think that's our first official win at Lincoln, even though we won last week in the UMPs. But we ended up finishing 10th with our black flag, unfortunately. But the 6 car really benefits out of that, getting up to 4th. Good for him. 4 car is going to lose a bunch with him lagging out before the heat race, which sucks. But we get the win. Should get a little bit of iRating at least. I'm not sure what Lee or Sean's iRatings were and stuff. Probably a pretty low strength field with it being a small field and everything. So let's go see what we end up getting out of the results. All right, results are in. Strength field not awful for such a small split. 2100. We gained 36 out of it, almost back up to 4500, which is great. The 7 car is like 700 iRating. Kind of makes sense with the way he was driving. He was going so slow, trying not to get it sideways because the one time he got sideways, he headed it on into the wall. But we get the win, led every lap. The 2 car had the fastest lap of the race. We weren't pushing it too hard in the beginning or anything, trying to get a fast lap because we were just trying to maintain our lead. And then we found the outer lane later, which was definitely better for us. So very happy about that. Got the pole, led all the laps, got the win. We should have had that last week in Fairbury because that didn't have much participation either, but lost a bunch there instead. So we should be like almost like 4,600 at this point, if not a little bit over, which is crazy with the street stock race last week and the UMP race. So that was like 130 by itself. So we should be over 46, which is crazy. But we're running really well right now on dirt with the new update and everything. So very happy about it. Hopefully we can keep up this success and keep pushing forward. So appreciate you guys for watching as always. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the race nonetheless, even though it was a tiny field. But Lee and Sean put up a good fight with us nonetheless. And we were able to hold it off on them there on that long run, which was nice. So appreciate you guys watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.